Hey there, this is Central on Reviews, and these are your film and TV recommendations for February 6, 2015. Number 5, American Horror Story Freak Show. Alright, I'm a massive fan of the American Horror Story series. I think Asylum is the best, then Murder House, then Coven. Nope. I have a great time watching all of them, I think. Especially Asylum and Murder House are really, truly fantastic seasons. So, it should be surprising that in a list of the best things I've seen this week, that this would only be number 5. But I can't deny the dramatic loss of quality over the last couple seasons. Because Coven I do like, though it has horrible structure issues that kind of bring down the whole show. And Freak Show kind of gets worse. Freak Show has all the elements to make a great American Horror Story season, and because of that, it's still enjoyable, but I think overall it does fail, even though I did have to cut some other things to put this on the list because I think it is still worth watching. The show has two major problems. One, the story is stretched out far too thin. There's just so many extra storylines and characters and plots that don't matter and that no one cares about. And it really, they have a 13-episode season. This really could have been 6, 7 episodes tops. I mean, Neil Patrick Harris comes in for a couple episodes, and he does two things. He proves that he, once again, has zero range as an actor, and 2, just kills runtime.
This appeared as a moral dilemma, cause at first it was weird, though I swore to eliminate the worst of the plague that devoured humanity. It's true, I was vague on the how, so how can it be that you have shown me the light? It's a brand new day, and the sun is high. All the birds are singing that you're gonna die. How I hesitated, now I wonder why. It's a brand new day.
And the second major problem is the protagonists. There aren't any. Honestly, they're all kind of horrible people who pretty casually murder, are generally unlikable, and are assholes. And even the characters I like to begin with eventually just divulge into what everyone else is. Like, by the end of the series, I'm rooting for the bad guys because, like, are they? Like, everyone's an asshole, everyone's a murderer, so why are the guys who the show is telling you are the bad guys really any worse than anyone else? I mean, at least they're entertaining, they're interesting. The bad guys are definitely the best part of Freak Show. Dandy and the murdering clown, they both kill it. They are fantastic. I would have much rather had them get every bit of screen time that the show wasted on pointless bullshit. Number 4. Frequencies came out in 2013 and is an experimental science fiction film. The best way I can describe this film is as Shane Carruth light. If you don't know who Shane Carruth is, he's the director of Primer, which is a movie that is so horribly complex and confusing that it legitimately gives me nightmares, and I am still absolutely terrified of the day I have to watch his second film, Upstream Color. So Frequencies is not that confusing. It's much easier to follow. I think it's also more interesting, has that kind of weird, trippy sci-fi feel to it. And I don't really want to tell you much about this movie, because I think it's better if you just go in with a blank slate and just watch it. It's on Netflix, check it out. Number 3. Are you a fan of Michael Fassbender?
Yeah!
Well, are you a fan of Michael Fassbender's penis?
Yeah!
Then I think Shame is the perfect movie for you. So Shame is directed by Steve McQueen. Him and Fassbender also made 12 Years a Slave together. And this is the story of a man played by Fassbender whose life is slowly destroyed by his sex addiction. So this movie is very powerful and boasts 2 great performances, one from Fassbender and another from Carey Mulligan. This movie is really carried along by Fassbender's dark and tragic performance, and this film is just another piece of proof that Fassbender is one of, if not the best actor currently working. Though, be warned going into this movie, the way that Frequencies was Carruth light, this movie is blue as the warmest color light. Yeah, it gets an NC-17 rating, and it earns it, so be warned. Number 2. Populaire is a French film about competitive typing. Yes, typing. And you know what? It's actually really fucking good. The best way I can describe this is a more fun version of Mad Men meets The Karate Kid. And it sounds ridiculous and crazy, and don't worry, it is. But I would actually rather watch. I would rather watch this than Mad Men. I honestly would. Mad Men is great, and it's very, very well done, well written. But it's not something I want to watch like constantly. It's like I got 3 seasons in, felt like, all right, I've enjoyed my time. I have no reason to actually keep watching this. Though this is something that I would watch every day because it's fun and has interesting characters, and I would like to see more stuff like this. So let's all start a petition for a Populaire 2. I don't know what it'll be about, and I don't really care. Number 1. So I heard it said once that David O. Russell has regressed as a filmmaker and become kind of less interesting and safe. And yes, he absolutely has. Because at one point he made 3 Kings. David O. Russell's always been a great writer, but as a director I always thought he kind of just played it safe. Like there's never much spectacular about his direction. He usually just let his actors like do all the work. But holy shit, 3 Kings, I would have never guessed that he made this movie. It is stylized, it is ballsy, it says something, it has a bizarre-ass cast led by George Clooney, Ice-T, and Marky Mark. 3 Kings is actually one of the better war movies I've ever seen. It's smart, and it's engaging, and it's gripping, and it really... The Operation Desert Storm is not a war that many movies cover, and this one does it, and this one really gets you into it. Even if you don't really know much about it, you really can't help but just sympathize for everything that's going on here and everything that's being said. And if you've been watching Flick Charting It this week, you'd have saw that I picked 3 Kings over Apocalypse Now, and that is something that I will stand by. So that's this week's list. Thanks for watching. Check back next week for more recommendations. Hopefully get even new, bigger, better stuff to talk about. So please like, subscribe, share this video, and I'll see you next time.